Title: The Orbit of Garth Wingman. Garth Wingman had been running since he could walk, not from the law, but from something deeper, a preacher's warning, his dad's silence, and maybe, just maybe, God. He'd laugh it off when people said, everything happens for a reason. Garth believed in randomness, accidents, coincidence. He thought fate was just a word we use to feel less out of control. But somewhere deep in his chest, beneath the layers of bravado, was a question that wouldn't leave him alone. What if there's a pattern? By 31, Garth had cycled through more jobs and birthdays. He'd tried yoga, whiskey, therapy, women, wilderness retreats. He didn't want a map. He wanted to forget he was lost. Then the call came. His Aunt Edie, his only soft place in his world, had passed. She used to say things like, "You can scribble all over your life, Garth, but God doesn't throw the paper away." He hadn't seen her in years. But there he was, sitting in the back pew at her funeral, the smell of old wood and lilies, a casket too small for how much she carried in her heart. Then the pastor read something, not from her will, but from God's. Under God's authority, every person actively or passively accepts his sovereignty and his arrangements. And no matter how one struggles in the course of life, in the end, one will return to the orbit of fate that the Creator has traced out for them. Garth felt it. Not lightning, not fire, but gravity. Like something in him was being pulled back into alignment, not forced, just drawn. Like Jeremiah 29 verse 11 had been waiting for this moment. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That night, alone in his rented room, Garth whispered the words he hadn't dared say in 15 years. "God, if you're still writing, I'm done fighting." Music softens, reflective, calm. He didn't hear a voice, didn't feel a jolt, but something shifted. The next morning, he woke early, made coffee, called his brother. For no reason other than it felt right, he opened an old Bible from a dusty box, and it fell open to Psalm 37, verses 23 to 24. "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and though he falls, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." And that verse felt like it had been chasing him all these years. Every crooked turn in Garth's life, every detour, every crash, it hadn't been wasted. He saw it now. Even the rebellion had a rhythm. Even the pain had a purpose. And maybe Romans 8 verse 28 was never just theology. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Garth wasn't fixed. He still had questions, still messed up, but now he knew who was holding the pen. He stopped trying to write over God's script and started reading from the next line.
"I am your God. I am speaking direct to you, my child, and most precious friend. It is I, you God, that is whispering to you across time. I am who I am, speaking to your soul through the hush of eternity. I've gathered every tear you thought no one saw. I've heard the prayers too quiet for your own ears. I am weaving it all into good. Let your heart rejoice, my mercy met you this morning before your feet even hit the floor. Even in silence, I'm working. Trust me. My child and friend. You might think you're lost. But you're not. You're just in the turn. The orbit may feel wide, crooked, slow, but it's still pulling you back. To me. Because I am never throwing away the paper. I am just writing you into a better ending."
So maybe, just maybe today, you too can whisper to yourself what Garth did. I too can do. I'm done fighting too. Please, God, write me back in. And maybe, just maybe, that's the start of your orbit, bringing you back to your God. This story was penned by Garry Conan Doyle in worship of God's wonderful glory. Hey, thanks for listening. If you're still here, something in this story or song clicked with you. So here's a little secret. When you hit thumbs up, it tells the YouTube gremlins, hey, more of this. And if you subscribe, it's like saying, yeah, I want in. So go ahead, tap like, hit subscribe, and make sure you don't miss what's next. Because this ride, it's just getting started.
One walks. In the end, one will return to the orbit of fate the Creator has traced out for them. The Creator's authority and the manner in which His authority controls and governs the universe. Under God's authority and the manner in which His authority controls and governs the universe.
Hey, thanks for listening. If you're still here, something in this story or song clicked with you. So here's a little secret. When you hit thumbs up, it tells the YouTube gremlins, hey, more of this. And if you subscribe, it's like saying, yeah, I want in. So go ahead, tap like, hit subscribe, and make sure you don't miss what's next. Because this ride, it's just getting started.